Behind the majestic temples of Angkor and the long history of the Khmer Empire, there is a community that lives in peace and perseverance. They are Cambodian Muslims, a small community that has been part of the country for centuries. Islam first arrived in Cambodia around the 12th to 14th centuries through Muslim traders from Arabia. Archaeological evidence and historical records show that the relationship between the Malay Sultanate and the Khmer Empire was quite intense, and from here the seeds of Islam began to grow. The majority of Muslims in Cambodia are Cham, an ethnic group that originally came from the Kingdom of Champa in central Vietnam. After their kingdom was conquered by the Vietnamese in the 15th century, many of them fled to Cambodian territory and were accepted by local rulers. The darkest time for Cambodian Muslims came from 1975 to 1979, when the Khmer Rouge regime under Pol Pot came to power. All religions were banned, mosques were destroyed, holy books were burned, and thousands of Cham Muslims were massacred simply because of their beliefs. It is estimated that more than 100,000 Cham Muslims were killed in the genocide, a tragedy that has been largely forgotten by the world. After the fall of the Khmer Rouge, Cambodian Muslims slowly recovered. They rebuilt mosques, revived Islamic schools, and taught the Quran to the younger generation. The current Cambodian government grants religious freedom, and the Muslim community is living in peace again. Today, there are more than 300 mosques in Cambodia, with Muslim communities spread across provinces such as Kampong Cham, Kampong Chhnang, and Phnom Penh. The younger generation of Cambodian Muslims are now starting to pursue higher education, both at home and abroad. They are active in the fields of preaching, social, and even politics. We want to show that being Muslim and being Cambodian can go hand in hand. We love our country, and we are proud of it. In a pluralistic and challenging society, Islam lives on in Cambodia as a religion that brings peace, knowledge, and hope. Despite the recognition of religious freedom, Cambodian Muslims still face challenges such as access to education, poverty, and stereotypes. However, with a spirit of togetherness, this community continues to survive and thrive. The future of Islam in Cambodia is now in the hands of the younger generation, a generation that learns from the past and dares to face the future with confidence. Islam in Cambodia is not just about worship, but has also been assimilated into the local culture. The Cham community, for example, has unique traditions in marriage, cuisine, and dress that combine Islamic values with local customs. Halal food is an important part of Cambodian Muslim life. In some villages, you can find culinary delights such as kui tieb halal, Cham soup, and traditional sweets served during religious celebrations. Muslim women in Cambodia play a crucial role in maintaining the identity of their community. Amid social and economic challenges, they become teachers, traders, housewives, and activists fighting for education and women's rights. We don't just want boys to learn religion. Girls should also be intelligent, independent, and contribute to society. In many cases, mothers are the last guardians of culture and faith, teaching Cham, reciting the Quran, and maintaining Islamic etiquette at home. Over time, the relationship between Cambodian Muslims and the international Islamic world has strengthened. Many young Cham women are now receiving scholarships to Malaysia, Indonesia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey to study religion and general knowledge. We want to empower the Muslim community through education and skills training so that they become not just recipients of aid, but agents of development. Despite being a minority, Cambodia's Muslim community lives peacefully alongside the Buddhist majority. Many villages uphold the values of tolerance and respect for each other's religious holidays. This harmony is reflected in everyday life when Buddhists help maintain order during Eid al-Fitr celebrations, and Muslims participate in village social activities regardless of their religious background. Tolerance is not just a slogan, but a reality that grows out of interactions across generations. But challenges remain. Issues such as underrepresentation in politics, access to healthcare, and hidden discrimination in some areas are shared homework. Therefore, collaboration between Muslim communities, governments, and international organizations is key to building a more inclusive future. Our identity as Cambodian Muslims is a strength, not a barrier. said a young Cham man who is now a social entrepreneur. "We want to show that diversity is an asset to the nation." The journey of Islam in Cambodia is a story of resilience, adaptation, and hope. From small mosques in villages to classrooms where children memorize holy verses, the echo of Islam lives on, fused with the pulse of the nation. And behind it all, one thing remains: the belief that amidst differences, there is always room for mutual understanding, growth, and dreaming of a better future. This hope for the future is growing stronger as the collective consciousness of Cambodia's young Muslim generation grows stronger. They not only understand the importance of education and skills, but are also becoming active in social, digital, and entrepreneurial activities. Social media, for example, has become a powerful tool for voicing identities, sharing community stories, and expanding networks across borders. In community-based schools, young teachers combine religious instruction with global insights. They teach the importance of universal values such as honesty, hard work, and tolerance, which are rooted in Islamic teachings but relevant to modern life in a pluralistic society. We want to produce a generation of Muslims who are not only devout but also resilient and open, said a Cham educator in Phnom Penh. Islam does not prevent us from progressing. In fact, it is a moral foundation for facing the challenges of our time. The Cambodian government has also begun to show greater openness to religious diversity. Several inclusive initiatives have been launched, including interfaith dialogue, support for Muslim schools, and the involvement of religious leaders in community development. While the road has not always been easy, the collective spirit that is growing within Cambodia's Muslim community is an important foundation for the future. It is evidence that amid global oppression of minorities, there are stories of resilience, renewal, and hope worth highlighting. Islam in Cambodia, with all its dynamics, is a narrative that continues to be written by hands that pray, work, and dream. In every call to prayer that resounds, in every child who learns the Hijaya letters, and in every small step towards change, there is a belief that identity is not a burden, but a light that illuminates the path forward. That light is now starting to break through old boundaries, opening up a wider space for dialogue between the Muslim community and the general public, academics, and policymakers. The young Cham generation is no longer just an object of history, but an active actor in shaping a new narrative. A narrative about equal diversity, about a friendly and constructive Islam. Cultural and religious festivals have begun to bridge communities. In some cities, interfaith fast-breaking events have become regular events, bringing together Muslim and Buddhist figures in a warm atmosphere. Children from different backgrounds learn to play together, getting to know each other without prejudice, the seeds of tolerance that grow from an early age. Meanwhile, young Muslim women are starting to take on greater roles in the public sphere. They are becoming journalists, lawyers, doctors, and activists who bring an Islamic perspective to discussions about social justice, the environment, and human rights.